Okay, so hi guys, welcome. Welcome to the class. Welcome. So I hope everyone's well and keeping warm. Because today, change of weather. It's been a little bit cold today. So hi to Adriano. Hi, Amalaris. Janeth, Min, Shirley, who are online with us. So hi to everyone. So let's talk about what we have done from the last lesson and what we're going to do now. Hi guys, hi everyone. And Victor, welcome as well. So if you remember, we were looking at free time activity. The free time activities, hobbies, your interests. What do you enjoy doing? So that's what we were talking about. We were saying that we love to do something, we like to do something. We also looked at not just saying that we like to do something, but how often we do it. So now we know how to say, for example, I love swimming. I'm telling you the hobby that I like or the activity, but I'm also telling you I do it twice a week or I always swim. So now I'm adding adverbs, and adverbs are words like always, never, sometimes, occasionally, hardly. You have to remember them. There's a lot of them. So now I'm adding that to tell you how often I do the activity that I enjoy doing. And now we know how to ask someone else as well. So we know how to ask, what are your hobbies? And if someone tells us playing soccer or playing video games or gardening or anything, we can say, okay, how often do you do that? And they will tell us once a week, twice a week, every month, 2 times a year, every Sundays, whatever. So today we're going to look at extreme sports. So not just everyday activity, but these are very extreme. Extreme means like just like it's not an easy sport. It's quite a hard sport. So we're going to be looking at some extreme sports, and we're going to start to use the grammar with talking about abilities. So can and the negative can. So I could say I can swim is a different sentence to I love swimming, I like swimming. So I'm telling you that I can swim. Or if it's a negative, I can't swim. So we're going to be looking at that, talking about abilities using the verb can. And also we're going to be doing a bit of reading. And yeah, just really using the can to talk about what we can do, which is different to say what we like or enjoy doing or love doing. So let's get into our class and start. So yes, let's get into it. So hi to everyone again. Okay, so we are here in our book. As I said, extreme sports. So let's look at some sports. We have baseball, basketball, boxing, cricket, cycling, football, ice hockey, running, sailing, skiing, surfing, swimming, and tennis. So that's the pronunciation. If you don't know what those activities are, just have a quick Google. So you should know what these sports are. So these are sports where you have a team. That's how you know it's a sport. There's a team. There's one team and then there's another team. So does anyone play any of these sports? I do swimming. So for me, yes, swimming. No. Do you do, no? Sleeping. Yeah, I like that. That's the best part of the day. No, no one does running? Yeah, running and cycling. Cycling, yeah. So on your bike, cycling or riding, same thing. Yeah. Okay. So which sports need a ball? We know it's got the word ball in it. Baseball, basketball. Actually, cricket has a ball. Football, ice hockey, it's not a ball. And tennis, that's a ball. Which ones are in water? Swimming, surfing, skiing, sailing. Which ones are on snow, on ice? Skiing, ice hockey, that's on ice. Not snow, but ice. Which ones are between two teams? Baseball, basketball, boxing, cricket, football, ice hockey, tennis. Yeah, because the other ones you can do by yourself. And we know that, remember we talked about, when we talk about activities or hobbies or interest, we use a verb and then we use the noun. So for example, I like playing football. I like watching TV. I like baking a cake. I like going skiing. So the ones that use a verb, you can have play. I like playing football. I like playing soccer. I like playing basketball. Or go. Some of them have the verb go. I go skiing every winter. I go running on the weekends. So yeah, so just know that there's a verb and then the noun. Okay, so let's read an article, which is on the next page. And when we read it, we've got some of these sentences. This sport is in the air. This sport is on a mountain. This sport needs water. This sport is always or often in very high places. So let's see 1, 2, 3, 4 to which one of our activities in the reading is for that. So let's read together so we can practice our pronunciation. So the title is Extreme Sports. Yep, extreme sports. Okay, lots of people do sport in their free time. But these people do extreme sports. Cliff diving. Cliff diving is a very exciting, extreme sport. And Cyril, I don't know how to pronounce that, Umendakane, is an expert cliff diver. In this photo, he is in Krajero, Norway, at the Cliff Diving World Series. He can jump between 20 and 30 meters into the water, feet first. Normal divers jump from 10 meters or less, and they jump into the water head first. He can jump from any high place. I cliff dive because I don't like soccer. I like the adrenaline, he says. And this is a photo of this man cliff diving. So you could see that there's a cliff, which is like a mountain by the sea. Okay, the next one. Highlining. You can highline in lots of different places, but mountains are popular. You put a line between the two high places and walk across. In this photo, American Andy Lewis walks above a canyon in Utah, USA. It's early evening, so he can't see very well. Also, the wind is strong, so Andy can't walk fast. But highlining is a great adventure. And this is the photo of Andy Lewis. Mountain biking. Perhaps you often go cycling, but can you cycle across the top of a 1,000-meter mountain? Professional mountain biker Kenny Bailey cycles across South Africa's Table Mountain in this photo. The landscape is perfect, he says. And this is a photo of him mountain biking. So you can see the mountains and his bike. Okay, paragliding. In this photo, Justin Ferrar flies above frontal stocks in the mountains of Switzerland. The weather is perfect for paragliding. And today, it's very peaceful. But paragliding isn't normally relaxing. Extreme paragliders can fly over 3,000 meters high and very long distances, over 300 kilometers. Okay, so this is paragliding here. So just some vocab. Adrenaline is the chemical that's inside your body. So when we do something where we get excited or nervous or scared, this chemical in our body will be very strong. So it's often in sports. So it's a chemical called adrenaline. Okay, so it asked us to see which of these sports, extreme sports, because we know that these sports are different to your normal everyday sports. These are extreme. Remember, extreme means like crazy and exciting, like very you know, not everybody does it. It takes a lot of like courage to do a lot of these extreme sports. So it's not an everyday sport, it's an extreme sport. So which one is in the air? I guess paragliding, highlining, cliff diving. Yeah, I guess really all of them. Mountain biking, not really. He's on a mountain, but it's I mean, he's on the ground. Which one is on a mountain? Mountain biking. Which one needs water? Cliff diving. Which sport is always or often in very high places? Highlining. Yes. Okay, so if you remember, radical sports, yes. Radical means like it could be crazy as well. Like we say radical, yeah, sports as well. Good vocab there, Victor. Okay, so we have adjectives to describe how something is feeling. We could say something is exciting, something is popular, something is relaxing, these words are adjectives. So we can see in the cliff diving, in the first sentence, cliff diving is a very exciting extreme sport. So exciting is an adjective. In the highlining, I can see the word popular. So you can underline it. Popular is an adjective. It tells you that many people like it. It's popular. And in paragliding, I can see the word peaceful. So peaceful means like it's relaxing. It just brings you peace. You feel your body relaxes. It's peaceful. So that's again another adjective. Okay, so let's look at asking ourselves, is something a fact or is it an opinion? Now, a fact is true information. So a fact is true information. So for example, I always use this example, Colombia is in South America. That's just true information. It's a fact. You cannot change it. Everybody agrees, unless there's something wrong with them. But it's a fact. That's true. There's evidence for it. It's evident. You can see it. It's true information. But an opinion is when I tell someone what I think or what I feel or what I believe. Now, I said those words, think, feel, and believe, because you can use them in your sentence. So someone asks you, oh, how did you feel about the day today? I say, well, I feel like it's just a little bit too cold. You know, it looked really cloudy. I feel like it was just a boring day. So I'm giving you my opinion, what I feel about whatever I asked. So you can use words like I believe, I think, I feel, in my opinion, for me, personally. So these are words that we can use. So let's look at some sentences and see if they are fact or opinion. So we go back to the page before. And I can see some sentences here in number 4. So we're going to look at, he can jump between 20 and 30 meters. If someone said this, is that a fact or an opinion that they're telling you? Yeah, it's true information. That person can jump between 20 and 30 meters. So we can write F for fact. Cliff diving is a very exciting extreme sport. Is that a fact or opinion? It's an opinion because not everybody thinks that. In this photo, American Andy Lewis walks above a canyon. Fact, true information. Highlining is a great adventure. It's an opinion. Not everybody agrees. The landscape is perfect. It's an opinion because somebody might not like it. Extreme paragliders can fly over 3,000 meters high. That's a fact. So in number 5, what is the author? Remember, that's the person writing. What's their opinion of extreme sports? Do you think he likes them? I would say yes, because they wrote about these sports. They gave you examples of people who are doing these sports, and they use their adjectives to say something is exciting, it's popular, it's peaceful. So I think the person that wrote the article, what we read before, they enjoy extreme sports. They like writing about it, telling people about it. So yes, I think they do like extreme sports. Okay, so let's get into some grammar. So I said before we started the lesson that we're going to look at using can, which is a modal verb. So that means that you need to use it with a main verb. So you can't just say I can. You have to put like another main verb. So for example, he can jump between 20 and 30 meters. To make it a negative, can't. He can't see very well. And then we have a question. Can you speak French? And then I can speak French very well or a bit. And how well can you swim? So let's look at the grammar a bit more. So as I said, as I said, we have modal verbs, and it's for talking about possibilities, abilities, interests. So what can you do? Because not everybody can do it. If I said I can swim, but my sister cannot swim. So I'm showing you that I have an ability. I know how to do it. It's like saying, I know how to do something. I can swim. I know how to do it. So what do? We start with a subject. So remember, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, you all. Then we put can. For all the subjects is the same. And then the main action, which is usually the activity. I can swim. I can play the piano. I can speak Spanish. I can do taekwondo. I can play soccer. So it's different to saying I like playing soccer. I love playing soccer. This is just showing that I know how to do it. Or I can talk about someone else. He can play soccer. My grandmother can cook very well. Okay, so we use can when we talk about activities and hobbies and interests and what we like doing, don't like doing. Now, I'll give you an extra way to do it as well. You can also use able to. So you need to use the verb to be first. So you need to change it depending on the subject. So if it's I am, you are, she is, he is, it is, we are, they are able to swim. It's exactly the same as saying can. So able to, but it has the verb to be. So this is the same as saying can. I'm able to swim. I can swim. I'm able to play soccer. I can play soccer. To make a negative, as we looked at before, we use can't. So subject can't. It's the same for all the subject. I can't, you can't, he can't, it can't, we can't, they can't, or cannot. Doesn't matter. If you want to contract them together, the words, or not, doesn't matter. I cannot swim. I can't swim. To make a question, we start with the verb. So always when you make a question, you start with the verb. So you put can, subject, verb. So you start with the verb. It's different to saying subject, can, verb. I can swim. Can you swim? Hi, Italo. Can you swim? Now we looked at here another way to ask, how well can you swim? So if you remember last lesson, we looked at how often as a question. How often do you go to the gym? How often do you swim? How often do you read a book? How often do you so now we have how well. So how well can you swim? So we use how well, not how often. How well with can. How well can you swim? Now the answer, I'll just give you the answer to that. If you remember how often do you swim? The answers was once a week, twice a week, every day, every fortnight, every Saturday. With how well, your answers are different. You're not using adverbs. You're saying, sorry, you are using adverbs, but different ones. You're saying amazingly, perfectly well, really well, very well, pretty well, good, not so good, good, a bit, not so bad, really bad, bad, badly, so bad. So your responses are different than how often questions. So how well do you swim? I swim really well. I swim perfectly well. How well can you speak Spanish? I speak Spanish really badly. Really bad, so bad, not so good. So that's how now we're asking someone how well. If you just want to know the very easy way to answer it, just put the word well in it. Not well, very well. I mean, go for the two, 100% or the 0. Very well, not well. Or not so bad, maybe in the middle. We don't really say so-so. It does work in English, but it's not common to say so-so like in Spanish. It's not very common. Like it's not, I don't say so-so. I say, you know, oh yeah, really, yeah, a little bit. Kind of well. So we don't really say so-so, but it is grammar. I mean, you can say so-so. I'm just letting you know that it's not a native speaker that will say that. But it is English, so you can say so-so. So some examples with can. I can speak Spanish. Sorry, I can't speak Spanish that well. I can't cook very well, so I eat out. That's just with the negatives. Now, another way to ask a question is saying the 6 W's. Remember what, when, why, where, or the how? Yeah, are the key. Yes. So, yes. So, what can, sorry, like where can you swim? Where can you play soccer? So I can use a where question to ask about the location. Where can you do that? Yeah. Okay, so let's look at these ones. So can, as I said, is a modal verb. That's just its name for the grammar. And it means that you must have another verb that comes after it. It's not the main verb. So does it come before or after the main verb? It comes before the main verb, yep. Do we add S to can for he, she, it? No. Do we need don't in a negative sentence? No, we just say can't or cannot. Now, be careful, don't is the present simple. I don't swim is a good sentence, but we're looking at can. We want to say, I can't swim. What are the adverbs in sentences B and D? B, very well. That's the adverb. And D, very well, or a bit. Yeah. How do you form the question in E? How do you make it? That's what it means. How do you form? Well, you put how well, thank you. Then you say can, and then subject, verb. Okay, oh no, it's okay. So let's look at these sentences. Again, we need to put can or can't. So if I said, I swim well, but I can't dive into the water. I can't swim well. I can. Yeah, it's a positive in the beginning. I can swim well, but I can't dive into the water. Number 2, how well can you play tennis? Yeah, how well can you play tennis? Number 3, can you cycle up a mountain? It's a question. Make sure. So, no, I can't. So I'm asking someone, can you cycle? Can you ride up a mountain? No, I can't. Number 4, I can play the guitar well and the piano a little bit. How many languages can you speak? I can't speak French, but I can speak Chinese a bit. So the first one is can't, and the second one is can. So be careful. You must look at the full sentence. I can't speak French, but I can speak Spanish a bit. What is what? A little bit. Like a little bit. Not much. Yeah, it's like saying, not much, a little bit. Okay, let's have a listen to the pronunciation of can. I'll just say it because the audio is in British English. So, I can swim. I can't play tennis. Can you play the guitar? How well can you play? Okay, so now we are going to practice writing about a sports, a musical instrument, or talking about something. What can you do very well? So if you go onto Facebook, I've prepared the post. What ability? So remember, ability means activity, hobby, activity. What activity can you do really well? So, for example, maybe you know how to cook really well, to play boxing. I can sleep well every day. Maybe you know how to dance. Maybe you know how to knit. Maybe you know how to do, I don't know, karate. So remember, we're talking about an activity. Maybe you know how to draw, or you know how to play the piano. You know how to do something that not everybody can do. So it's something that you've practiced a lot and you know how to do it well. Like you know how to dance, I'm sure, because you go to professional clubs. So our question is, what ability can you do really well? So it's in Facebook, so you can write. Now you can write, I don't know if I have an example. Let me see. I don't have an example to show you, but if I was to talk for myself, I would say I can swim really well. So I want to try and start my sentence that way. I can swim really well. So I added an adverb. And then I want to give more details. I swim twice a week. I do 3 different laps. I do freestyle, backstroke, and this. Usually I swim by myself, and I hope to swim better in the future, or something, like to be more good at it. So try and pick only one activity. Or if you want, you can talk about what you can do. Try to use the verb can in it, because we don't want to say I love swimming. That's what we did last lesson. Now we want to say I can swim, because it's telling me I know how to do it, but not everybody does. But I know how to do it. And then I'm going to tell you how well. So remember our adverbs: really well, a little bit, not so well. If you want, you can make it a negative. You can talk about something you can't do very well, but that maybe you're trying to practice learning. So these are our adverbs. So try to not only use the verb can, but also use your adverb. I can swim perfectly well, amazingly well. And then talk about it. Okay, maybe 3, 4 sentences. It doesn't have to be very long. Okay, so I'll give you 2 minutes and we'll come back and read them. Okay, so let's have a look at your writing. So we were writing about what ability can you do really well. So we want to make sure we're using can and also the correct adverbs when we talk about abilities. So activities that we know how to do, because not everybody knows how to do them. So Jonathan says, I can dance salsa. You don't need music because you're dancing to salsa. If you want to salsa music, but I can dance salsa very well. But I can't dance tango very good, very good. But I can't dance tango very good. Yeah, exactly. So I can dance salsa very well, but I can't dance to tango. I might just say, but I can't dance to tango. So I'll try to make it just one adverb here, very well. So that's good. I can dance salsa very well, but I can't dance to tango music. Good. Thank you for sharing that. Min says, I can cook Vietnamese food very good, but I can't cook Chinese food. Yes. So remember, nationalities, we need to capitalize them. So Vietnamese and Chinese, make sure capital letters, and the I is a capital. So I can cook Vietnamese food very good, but I can't cook Chinese food. Good sentence. Oscar, I can go shopping, but I don't have any money. I like that. I can go shopping, but I don't have any money to do that. Yeah, I don't need to fix that. That's actually good English. Just to change it a little bit, I can go shopping. I can shop very well. Maybe to change it is I can shop with using our adverb very well, but I don't have any money at the moment to do that, because I'm sure you will one day. So I can shop very well. I like that. I think me too. Really well. Okay, Sebastian. I can play many sports very well. That's good. I can play many sports very well, but I don't have time to train. Actually, that's a good sentence. I don't need to fix it. Yeah. So many sports. Jimena says, I can do cycling and cook very well, but I can't swim. So remember, after can't or can, it's just the verb, not with the ing or ed. So I can do cycling and cook very well, but I can't swim. That's good using the negative. Amalaris, my ability is dancing. I like it a lot. Yes, we want to try and practice adverbs. So you haven't used any adverbs. And I don't really want to say I like here. So I'm just going to change it a little bit to say the ability that I'm good at, just to give you a different way to say it, that I'm good at is, was it dancing, I think? Yes, is dancing, which I like doing a lot, just to give you another way to say it. Franco, I can't speak English very well. So English, remember names, languages, we need to capitalize them. So I can't speak English very well, but we need to capitalize but I can learn with some practice. Yeah, I can't speak English very well, but I can learn it. So we need to repeat the subject, and the way to do it is instead of saying, but I can learn English, we say, but I can learn it, because it's singular, but I can learn it with some practice. Exactly. Good sentence. Don't forget to capitalize I. Lewis. And yes, actually, thank you, Lewis, because another word for ability is skill. What can you do? That's a skill. I think the skill that I can do best is cooking. I love cooking and learning new recipes. Yeah. So you've got best. I think the skill that I can do best is cooking. I want to practice with an adverb. I love cooking and learning new recipes. I learn new recipes really fast, really quick. Like if you did one recipe one time, can you know to do it again? Like, yeah. So maybe just because I want to try and practice using the adverb. So I think the skill that I can do best is cooking. I learn new recipes really quick or fast. That's our adverb. I learn new recipes or new things or new meals. Yeah. Okay, good. And good for using skill. That was a really great word when we're talking about our ability. I'll just refresh. And don't forget, Italo, you can add to the chat box. Okay, Victor. I can play soccer really well, but at the moment I don't play it. So that's good because you didn't want to repeat the same subject. So in order to do that for a singular, we say it. If it was plural, you'd say them. But at the moment, I don't play it very often because I have little free time in Australia. Perfect sentence. So can we see that the main verb is play soccer? Remember, play was the action and soccer was the noun. So we used can in front of it to say, I know how to do this. And he told me with an adverb, does he do it very good, very bad? Because sometimes we don't know, we can do something, but we're not very good at it. So he said, I know how to do it, and I know how to do it really well. But at the moment, I don't play it very often. So Victor used what we did in the last lesson. How often do you do it? Once a week, twice a week, once a month? So he added information about how often he does it. He says, I know how to do this, and I know the adverb very well, and not very often. He made it a negative, and he said why. So that's a really good sentence. I didn't need to correct anything, but I just sent it back anyways. Adriano says, okay, yes, just here. He says, I can, no, that's okay. I can go hiking, but I don't have much free time. Yeah, good, full stop. I can go hiking. No, we don't want to add, I don't want to add, I want to try and say, I can hike. So be careful with saying, I like going hiking or I go hiking. This is saying I can hike. So I know how to do this action. I can hike really well. I think Adriano's online. So can you hike really well, Adriano? Yeah. So I can hike really well, but I don't have much free time to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So very different to I can go hiking because it sounds like that's another way for someone to say, oh, what do you want to do this weekend? And you say, well, I can go hiking, I can watch TV. You're not really giving an option. You're just saying, I know how to do this well. I can hike really well, but I don't have much free time to do it. Okay, it was a little bit more using what we needed to do to answer the question. Because I didn't ask you, you know, what are you up to? What can you do this weekend or this tomorrow? A little bit of a different question. Okay, emoji. So this is Yana, I think, if I remember. Jana? Yeah. Yeah. So she says, I can cook any type of food very well. That's good. Any type of food very well. But I can't speak English as I would like. But I can't speak English. Again, I want to practice really well. I want to practice more of the adverb. So I just changed it a little bit and I love the emoji. I can cook any type of food very well, but I can't speak English really well. Yes, so much better with not just saying what you can do, but how well can you do it? Shirley. So Shirley says, I can play badminton pretty well. That's good. Good English, natural English. But I can't play tennis. I can write traditional Chinese. So I can write in, because we say when we write in something, I can write in Spanish, I can write in Hebrew. So I can write in traditional Chinese and read simplified Chinese very well, but I cannot write simplified Chinese in. So again, because the action, not just to write, but to write in a certain language. That's actually really good. Dickerson says, I can organize. So remember, anytime that you have ZE, any word that you see in ZE at the end is the American spelling. All you have to do, put an SE. Anytime you see ZE, that's wrong. So you must, any word, if you ever see ZE, it's just American. But we need to write in Australian English because we're in Australia. So I can organize a family meeting very well. I like this because a lot of families, they find it hard to get together. I can organize a family meeting very well, but now I can't because is. We can't just say is because you have to have a subject because maybe you're the one that's doing the action because I'm far away from my family members. Yeah. I can organize a family meeting very well, but now I can't because I'm far away from my family members. Good. So we have our adverb very well. And you have a negative. And you said why in the negative. So good. Santiago, I can play, is that volleyball? Yeah. What is this? In like volleyball, equa volley. I've never heard of this game before. So 3 players, but how? 2, 1, or just. Oh, sorry, 3 each team. 3 players each team. 2 teams, 3 players. I've never, and the same like how they do it in volleyball. Yeah, similar. I've never heard of this. I know volleyball, but not equa volley. This is in English, yeah. Equa volley. Okay, so I can play equa volley really well, but only of setter. What does that mean? It's a position in the team. Okay, so I can play equa volley really well, but only the setter position. So that's, yeah, setter position. Yeah, I can play equa volley really well, but only but I can only play we can say at, but I can only play the setter position. But only the setter position. Yeah, I might leave it like that. Okay, good, interesting. And that must be a sport that Ecuador created, like from volleyball. Oh, okay. Yeah, more Latin American. Okay, cool. And what's the ground? Is it like same? Can it be at the beach or indoors? Indoors only. Okay, yes. Cool. There you go. Equa volley. Do you find it here in Adelaide? Did you try? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. If you look, because I never heard of it before. Sorry, equa volley. Yeah, I never hear it here, so okay, no worries. So, Clayton, Let's see. I can play taco very well. Here, it's called cricket. Yeah, so I might say I can play taco very well, which is called cricket in Australia. I didn't know you call it taco. I can play taco very well, which is called cricket in Australia. I can play capoeira very well. I think you do. I do capoeira because it's like yeah, you have to use the verb do. So remember when you use your body with certain activities, like I do yoga, I do meditation, I do taekwondo, I do karate, I do capoeira. So we need to use the verb do to connect to the activity that uses our body. So I can do capoeira very well. I can swim. So be careful. It's subject, can, verb, and the verb doesn't have an ed or ing. I can swim. I like playing the guitar. We don't want to use a different structure, so I can play taco very well, which is called cricket in Australia. I just want to connect this as one paragraph. So I can also do capoeira very well. Do you swim? You have to give me an adverb. I can swim kind of well or really well. I don't know. You have to tell me how well. And so we don't want to use the like playing, and I can play the guitar, but not so well. So Clayton, can you swim kind of well, really well, not so well? I need an adverb. Yeah, so which one? Kind of well, like a little bit, kind of well for swimming, or really well? So I need to know the adverb for swimming. Really well? Okay, so very well. I can swim really well, and I can play the guitar, but not so well. So if you want to say that you could do something and I can play the guitar and you want to say but, you can just add the adverb immediately after. Especially if it's a negative. So I can play the guitar, but not so well. So good. Thank you for sharing a couple of those activities, abilities. So I connected your sentence for you, and making sure that we're not going to use I like playing, because yes, that is a way to speak about what we enjoy doing, but we don't want to practice that now. We want to practice saying I can do this activity and then add the adverb. Really well, not so well, pretty well, kind of well, whatever. Brian, I can run good, but I can't run a marathon. Yes, that's really good. I can run well, good. So you can put well, good, just to give you, but I can't run a marathon. Yeah, that's good. Juanita, I can, now can you see your mistake? After can, it's the main verb and there's no ing. It's just, yeah, I can skate good. It's more common to say I can skate well, but I can't, you can't put can't and the adverb, but I can't cycle. Because if you can't do it, you don't say how well, you just say, but I can't do it. Or you say, and I can cycle not so, No, you just say I can't cycle. You don't add an adverb to the negative. Okay, so it's I can skate well, but I can't cycle. I was often practicing skating. Yeah, I often practice skating. Yeah. What kind of skating? Is it like no. Oh, not anymore? Ah, I often practiced skating. So can you still skate good? Yeah, I often practice skating. Maybe so that's why I can do it well. Just to give you more practice with the adverbs and the can. So that's why I can skate well. I often practiced skating. Yeah, I often had lessons. Would you say you could say, yeah, I often practiced, maybe had lessons. I often had, it's a little bit of a grammar. I don't want to practice just yet, but that's okay. I often had lessons for skating, so that's why I can skate well. So don't worry, we did go to a grammar we haven't learnt yet, but because she doesn't do it anymore, that's why I made sure I used had, because it's an action, it's no longer continuing. So I often, good use of how often. I often had lessons for skating, so that's why I can skate well. But what kind of skating? Is it ice skating, roller skating? Which type of skating? With yeah. Roller skates? Is it yeah, this one, roller skates? These ones? Yeah, or inline skates is different. So is it this one? Yeah. Ah, okay, so inline skates. Yeah. I can skate, I can inline. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, Eduardo says, I can soccer. Now that's a noun. So what do we need to add to I can? Exactly. I can play soccer very well, but I can't play basketball. So remember, you can't just add the noun. You have to have a verb for the activity. I can, yeah. So I can play soccer very well, but I can't play basketball. Good. Perfect. Sebastian. A lot of activities is Sebastian too. Yes. Now I know. So I can, again, what do we do to the verb after can? Cook. Exactly. I can cook. There's no comma because that's your full sentence. I can cook very good. I can, what do I need to do to fix the next one? I can garden. For example, crops. I can, yeah, I can garden. It's more like saying I can grow vegetables. Because garden is to like, to do the flowers, to plant flowers, but yours was very specific because you said crops, tomatoes, cherries, bananas, and onions. So that's growing vegetables. Because if you garden, then there's a lot of things you can do to the garden. You prune the trees, cut the trees, clean up. So I wanted to be more specific because you just told me about the vegetables. So I can grow vegetables. But tell me, is it really well? Yeah, really well. For example, crops, tomatoes. So you need to separate your commas. Cherries, we need to make it plural. Bananas and onions, all in the plural. Because when we talk in general, we use the plural. I can drive a motorcycle. How well? Really well, not so well. Really well? Yeah, really well. So I might add, I can also. Okay, I can cook very good. I can grow vegetables really well. For example, crops, tomatoes, cherries, bananas, and onions. I can also drive a motorcycle really well. Good. So now you can see how we need to write. This is more like dot points, like notes. So we need to write a nice, like, continuous sentence as if we're speaking. So if you look at the way that I connected your sentence, and then the last one, I added, I can also. So not to make it, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. But at the end, oh, I can also do this. So it's more natural when we speak to use the word, oh, and I can also do this. That's good. Cook, garden, like as in grow vegetables, and drive a motorcycle. Okay, George. So again, it looks like it's notes. We want to make it a sentence. I can quickly master a new sport. That's really good. Good sentence. I can run very fast. I might make the last one, and I can't play any sports alone. Sorry, what's that? Yes. Jump. Yeah. Okay. I can quickly master a new sport. I can run very fast, but for the negative, you could say start with, but I can't play any sports alone. Yeah. So, but I can't jump. Continuously. I don't think anyone can. Ah, yes. Yeah. I can run very fast, but I can't jump continuously. Ah, but I can't long jump. Yeah, but I can't long jump. Yeah. So is that your sentence? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So I connected it as a sentence. So I can quickly master a new sport. That's same to me. I can run very fast, but I can't long jump. So good. So long jump, if you don't know what it means, I used to be good when I was young. This is long jump. Yeah. Okay, good. I think I corrected everyone. I'll just refresh. Let me see. Victor, Adriana. I think I fixed it. I don't know. It didn't save. So we didn't want to say go. I can hike really well, but I don't have much free time to do it nowadays. Yeah, so I can hike really well, but I don't have much free time to do it nowadays. Jessica. Okay, let's have a look. I can ride a bike and run. I might say really well. Or you have to add an adverb. Don't forget to add the adverb. So I can ride a bike and run really well. I can play volleyball but not very well. Yes, that's good. So I might, for the last one, I can also play volleyball, but not very well. Because we know when we have a but, you can add the adverb straight away, but not so well, but not so good, but really bad, but horribly bad, whatever. So that's good. I think that is everyone. Did I not check someone's writing? I'll just refresh for the last time. I know Italo, I think you have to send me yours. Yep, so that's everyone. Okay, so good. I'll just recap what we did. So we looked at talking about abilities. It just means what can you do very good? And we need to respond. We can ask someone, how well can you swim? But only if they told us they do it. So for example, Jonathan can say to me, I dance salsa. And I say, oh, wow, really? How well do you dance salsa? And he says, oh, well, I do it pretty good. I do it really well. I'm a professional dancer, in fact. So that's how you respond. So now we know how to talk about that. We'll look at the grammar really quickly again. So modal verbs, we're talking about what we know how to do, can, or able to. So I gave you an extra one, which is not in your book. I am able to dance salsa. I am able to swim really well. I'm able to speak another language really well. I'm able to grow vegetables really well. I'm able to long jump really well, whatever. So we have to make sure that the main action, the activity, does not have an ing. It's not I can swimming, it's I can swim, I can dance, I can speak, I can grow vegetables, I can whatever, cook. And to make it a negative, we know that we add can't. So a lot of you told me what you cannot do or cannot. We know how to ask a question. So it's how well. We connect that with can. Now there's no other words. Do not add do. Do not add a different grammar from present simple or did. It's how well can. You must connect those words very quickly to each other. Subject. How well can you? How well can your mum? How well can your brother? How well can Colombia, the government in Colombia, whatever. I can change the subject, whatever is the main action. And again, the main action, the ability does not have an ing. And we know now how to use the adverbs with it. So we say really well, very well, amazingly well. I mean, just put the well in it. If you hear the question, how well, straight away, very well, not very well. I mean, that's your very easy way to speak perfect English. Just use the simple ones. Very well, not very well. So you hear the word how well, you respond immediately, not very well. You don't need to repeat, I cannot swim very well. You just say not very well. So that's what we did. Okay, so we're going to have a break. And when we come back, we're going to get into groups and do some role plays. So we'll do that and we'll watch how you create your conversations, and we're going to watch you perform and show us your conversations. So let's have a break. We're a little bit early, but we'll come back. I'll put you into groups and see you soon when you come back. Okay, so guys, we were looking at doing role plays. So role plays means like little stories that we get to watch and see you perform. So we have the first team, Jonathan, Brian, and I think Min. Is that right? Brian, Jonathan, and Min? Yes, so they're, sorry, Shirley and Shirley. So let's watch their conversation and see the story that they have created. Okay, so everyone, we need to be nice and quiet, okay? And
No, hurry. The parade is about to start. I can't, I'm so tired. Make one last effort and we are going to get there. We need to arrive early. You can rest when we get there. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, guys, I always didn't make it. I thought I was late.
It's silly, so far away and I'm tired already. But look, we are here. Let's enjoy this second.
Yo, I love this. For the flowers, the music, and the friendly people.
I agree. I love flower fight too. Same here. Let's have a fun tonight.
Let's have fun tonight.
Thank you.
So I love that. It was a great conversation because it was about friends who were meeting each other to go to a festival. Now, this is a real festival in Colombia. It's called the Flower Festival. And they were running because they didn't want to be late. And then they saw another friend and she said, I'm so tired. I can't keep running. And I love what Jonathan, what Jonathan has said. He said, make one last effort. So that was a really good phrase in English. Like, come on, don't give up. We're almost there. So they made it to the festival. And then I love what Brian said at the end. Well, I love what Shirley said. She said, I love this festival, the flowers, the fun atmosphere, the music, the friendly people. And then Brian said, let's have fun tonight. So that was good. And this is a real festival in Cali, you said? In Medellin. And it was called,
No.
I'll just quickly show you. So it was called in August. Thank you. So it's in English, the Flower Fair in Medellin, Colombia. That's amazing. And it's all fresh flowers. Wow, that would be beautiful. So that's the festival that they just made it, just in time. So really good. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Next team, Jessica and Adriano, are you guys ready? I know yours was online. You are online. Are you ready to show us your conversation?
Yes, teacher.
Yes? Okay, so
Yeah.
go ahead. I have put your conversation here. You can just read it together. So, okay, so guys, we have a conversation, Jessica and Adriano. So you're both online, but we do have the conversation here. So go ahead.
Let's go, Jessica.
Hi, Adriano. How are you?
Not bad. And you?
Fine. Where did you spend your vacation?
No, your
Uh, uh,
holidays. Look at the one that I put in after it, your holidays. Make sure you look at the reply.
I'm fine. Where did you spend your holidays?
well, I went to a desert island.
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 Really amazing. In which country?
In the Philippines, the name of the island is Pipi.
How was it?
Well, it's so beautiful and so relaxing.
I want to go there on my holidays. I need time off from my job.
Great. If you need any help for your trip, tell me. I can help you plan.
So nice of you. Okay, thank you. I can use your help for sure. Thanks. And see you soon.
See ya.
Yes, good. So that was a friend that went away on a holiday. Now in Australia, we say holidays, not vacation. Vacation is American English. So we say, oh, what are you doing for your holidays? Where did you go on your holidays? When do you have holidays? So we use the word holidays and it's in the plural, not the word vacation. And that was good. I loved the adjectives. It was amazing. It was really relaxing. It was so nice and beautiful. And I love that we used can here. So we can see Adriano said, I can help you plan it. That means that he knows how to plan it because he was there. So he's saying to Jessica, I can help you plan your trip. And Jessica responds, I can use your help. That's something in English that we say like, oh, thank you. I can use your help. It means, yes, like I need your help. I can use your help. So that's a phrase in English. It's very common to say, I can use your help. Thank you so much. And see ya, which is a very common, casual way to say, see you later, see you soon, see ya. So yes, thank you for doing that conversation. Really good. Thank you. So do we have the next team? Jimena, are you ready? Where's okay, not yet. That's okay. Did anyone else upload? So okay, so Jimena, you uploaded. Yeah, this is the one I fixed for you. Okay, good. So you ready? Okay, so we have the next team, Jimena, Sebastian, and Min. Okay, so Min is online. Min, are you ready? Because you're in the conversation. Yes, I think Min is ready. So I'll just put the conversation here. I think I checked it for you. Okay, I'll just quickly fix it for you one last time because I see a mistake, and then you can be ready. So if you want coffee, take it with the 3 beers. Bueno, bonita, e barito. Which in English is nice, good, and cheap. Can I try a sample of the coffee? Of course. Oh, how delicious. I have coffee beans from around the world. And I have Vietnamese coffee. This coffee. Vietnamese coffee. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. I want a bag. And can I have Colombian coffee? Yes, certainly. Yes, certainly. I will buy 1 bag. I will take 1 bag. Here you go. Here you go. I hope to see you soon. Okay, so that's a good conversation. Now just check I sent, make sure you check the one that I sent in English, the response. Okay, it's a little bit different, not much. I just changed it just a little bit because I saw. Okay, so we have another conversation. So I'll keep the English here. And let's see the conversation between Sebastian, Min online, and also Jimena. Okay, so everyone, let's watch.
when coffee. Say it with the three beats. Bueno, bueno, bonito, barato. In English is really nice, good, and cheap.
Oh, coffee. Can I see a sample of the coffee?
Of course.
Of course. Oh, delicious.
I had a coffee bean from the world.
Okay, I wanna back.
Yes.
And can I have Colombian coffee?
Yes. Certainly.
Yes, certainly. I will take one.
Okay. Here you go in the shop. See you soon.
So really good. That was in a marketplace where Sebastian was selling coffee beans. And I guess we didn't have men, but that's okay. But Jimena was buying, oh, can I? So when we want to ask a question, we start with the verb. So can I have Colombian coffee? And then you said, yes, you can. So whenever you ask a question with can, you respond with yes, you can. And we say in English, here you go. So when you give something to someone, here you go, or there you go. And also, I love that Jimena said, well, can I try a sample first? Because she doesn't want to buy it straight away. She wants to make sure, can I try a sample? Can I try it first? And I love that you brought in your Spanish. So it's in Colombia, you say the 3 B's, bueno, bonita, y barato. So I like that you, so first say it in your language and then say in English, that means this, this, this. So, but never try to translate something first. Always say it in Spanish and then say in English, it means this. So it makes more sense because the 3 B's, you can't just say the 3 B's, nice, good, cheap, because N is nice, G is good, and C is cheap. So I don't understand why you said the 3 B's. So say it in Spanish, that's fine, and then give the English translation. But really good. Thank you for sharing your story and using can. So this was a great conversation with can. You can ask something. Can I have something? It's the same, I want it. Like, can I have it? It's a nice way to say I want something. Can I have it? Okay, next team. So who is next? I think we need to, I need to check the English first. Okay, so I'll just check Dickerson's team. So being a king, advise, the advisor, is that someone that gives advice to the king? Yeah, the advice. My king, why? My king, why are you so sad? The commoner, she doesn't understand me. She's in love with someone else. Advice. But my king, you are the ruler. Who is more important than you? I like this. I don't know, but when I find out, I'm going to kill him. My lord, did you call me? Yes, my dear. Can I ask Ken? Yes, my dear. Can I ask you a question? Of course, my lord. You are my king. Why I don't feel your love? Why I can't feel your love? Why is it that I can't feel your love? Who is the ruler of your heart? Sorry, my king, but my heart belongs to another person. What? Who is he? He is your advice. Advice. Okay, so the advisor. And he is your advisor. He has my heart. God, cut off their heads immediately. Advisor. My king, have mercy on me. I didn't know she was yours. I don't care. Bring me the heads. I love this. Okay, so we have Dickerson, Malaris, and Franco. Yes, and Franco. Okay, so this is a conversation like in the King. Make sure you check the response because I replied. It's a little bit different. I tried to use can, so you'll see that I changed some parts to make it that we could use can because that's what we've been practicing in class. Okay, so this is a really interesting one. Let's watch the conversation with Dickerson, Franco, and Amalaras. Okay, so you ready? Let's listen.
My kid, why did you so sad?
Come
On your
on. Yeah, come on.
my kid, why is you so sad? The common, she doesn't understand him. She's in love with someone else. But my kid, you are the ruler. And who is more important than you? I don't know, but when I find out, I'm going to kill. I'm already.
My lord, did you call me?
Yes, my dear. Who asked you a question?
Of course, my lord, you are my king.
Why is it that I can feel your love? Who is the ruler of your heart?
Sorry, my king, but my hair belgot to the hunters, the person.
What? Who is he? Come on.
He is your eye. He has my hair.
Gods, cut off their heads immediately. My king, have mercy on me. I don't know. I didn't know he was here. Yes. I don't care. Bring me their heads.
Oh, you missed that. He bowed down. That was so funny. Okay, so that was a good conversation. A king who felt that his lover didn't love him. And an advisor is someone who gives advice to the king. So he will tell the king what's happening. And so it's the advisor that was in love with the woman that the king loved. And I tried to use the can here. So you can see I said, can I ask you a question? And also I have another can. I think, can I ask you a question? Have mercy on me. That's a phrase where it means like, forgive me, like have mercy on me. I didn't know she was yours. And I like that. The king, yeah, definitely do not disappoint the king, because back in the day, he would have your head off, cut their heads off. So that's what happened. But good story. Thank you for acting that. Okay, so I think we don't have enough time for yours. We'll do it tomorrow. But there you go. So that's using can, a bit of role play. We saw some that. But yes, we'll continue next lesson. Where in the next lesson, I'll just tell you what we're doing. In the next lesson, we're talking about a gap year. So a gap year is when you have 1 year, like holiday. It's called a gap year. So when you have a holiday and you do something with that time. Now, we also will be looking at a gap year, and then we're going to look at how to write an email. So we're going to start to use formal language in writing an email, making sure that we could structure the email correctly, have a good, dear whoever, have a nice introduction, a nice body, a conclusion, and end it well. So we're going to be looking at writing an email and talking more about our abilities. What can we do? So that's all next lesson. So I'll see you all then. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. Thank you. See you. And see you tomorrow, Shirley, Jessica, and Amalaris and Adriano. See you. Thank you. See you all tomorrow. See you. Have a good night.